Hey everybody, welcome to Package Some Sound.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
We are at New York Comic Con, and it may not look like it because we're not in any particularly dynamic location. But
Says
we
it right back here.
It's real. It's not green. I'm touching it. It's real. We're here, and it's happening.
That could be a green screen that you're just moving.
It would artifact.
We could
trust
also
me.
be crazy and have bought.
Oh my God, that would be such
backdrop and just
dedication.
put it
Can you
in the
imagine?
studio?
We're just in my garage.
I can imagine.
It would be so sad.
No, it's too warm to be in your garage.
So today we are going to be talking about a very small book. I want to keep this kind of trim. It is Batman and Elmer Fudd teaming up in the DC Looney Tunes crossover menagerie from 2017, written none other than by Tom King himself. With art by Lee Weeks. So Dan DiDio had this bright idea. Wouldn't it be great to see all the Looney Tunes characters teaming up with different analogs from the DC universe?
Yeah.
For example, Marvin the Martian meeting the Martian Manhunter, of course.
Right.
And of course,
I
Elmer
remember
Fudd,
that
who's
one.
all about guns, and Batman, who is so anti-guns. Don't worry, that doesn't really come up at all in this book, which I think is kind of
Yosemite
weird.
Sam might be a little better of a fit.
I agree with that. Yosemite Sam does appear in this.
Oh.
King doesn't miss any opportunity to reinterpret the entire Looney Tunes pantheon, or at least the ones you're familiar with, in the Gotham lens. So.
Can't wait for that.
This
cover's pretty dope.
It's incredible.
I'm hunting Wades.
Oh my God. He does say that.
What?
I feel
You
like
gotta be kidding
so
me.
like this is very much just like this is in Tom King's wheelhouse 100%. Dude is absolutely shooting for the fences when it comes to doing like a noir-centric kind of dour, rain slick, shadowy Gotham and Batman and Elmer Fudd.
It's just so ridiculous.
I threw this out immediately. Like when they were talking about this, you know, Tom King was already working on his seminal 100-issue run of Batman, and I was not reading it.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Oh, also this," and everyone on the internet was like, "This is the dopest thing ever," and I'm like, "Fuck all of you!" Like, no, I
no,
hate this.
this is
I hate this
stupid.
premise inherently, and then to do.
Is Tom here today? Can we get him down here?
He is here today. We'll see what happens. He's not coming.
Hey, I heard you're talking about my Batman Elmer Fudd.
I'm gonna fucking kick your ass. I was just like, no. And I was wrong. It's real. I mean, like Lee Weeks does this incredible art, and as I understand it, the idea was that I think King wanted to do like everyone from Looney Tunes is some kind of like Arkham-esque serial killer, and then Lee Weeks was like, I want to do like a noir story, and King's like, oh, I could do that.
I kind of like that serial killer pitch.
I know everybody is met halfway.
Yeah.
In this, like, it's not quite that, but it is like it's Looney Tunes by way of Batman.
Okay.
And then we do Batman by way of Looney Tunes because there's a little backup. All of them have little backups
Yeah.
where it's like, here's the DC comic, and then here's the Looney Tunes comic.
Yeah.
We're not
Okay.
going to get into the Looney Tunes comic too much, just to say it's very Looney Tunes. And in fact, some people believe it's like one of the better executed, like, this is what Chuck Jones was going for kind of cartoon.
I remember we did the
Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, and it had that format as well.
We did. If you want to check it out, it's on an episode of The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. I admire the hell out of Tom King for his commitment in getting Elmer Fudd's speech impediment consistent and executing it flawlessly from beginning to end. It is insane to read.
Would you say it's better executed than the cartoon speech impediment?
No.
Which is made up.
Well, no, because it is approximating the cartoon.
I see.
He doesn't invent a real speech impediment.
okay. I
and,
thought
like,
that's what you were
No,
saying.
it is that one. The story is called Pway for me.
Yep.
I'm going to read a sampling of it. I don't want to get into it too much, but like,
Right.
just this is the book.
Oh man, Sal impressions.
Oh no. Sometimes the wane comes down so hard you forget you've been dry. I try to see it out there in the past or in the future, Wanebo's waiting. Going into Porky's that day, I try my best to remember, I really do. Porky's is a bar in Gotham, and by the way, if you're thinking this is not in canon, you are wrong, it is in canon, because he will refer to Porky's even after Looney Tunes is like, I regret doing this. Like, the rumor had it that like Looney Tunes, after seeing them do this, was like, not doing that anymore.
Okay, I
Like,
thought you
Warner
were
Bros.
going
was
to
like, no.
play,
Right.
and you're just making fun of us.
No, I think it was more like, you made some of our characters like borderline serial killers
Right,
and like
you
monsters.
can't do that.
I don't want to see that. And I'm
These
like, what do you-
cartoons are for children.
right,
There's
yeah.
no way I can have an image Google search.
Porky's is a bar, and it's run by a Gotham City version of Porky Pig, and it's where all the Looney Tunes hang out. And of course, like, oh, Right, Looney Tunes, Arkham, right? Like they're all Looney Tunes in Gotham.
Oh man. You said the Gotham version of Porky Pig, so it's like a dude who looks like a pig?
Yes.
I see.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
He's a man
Oh,
though.
wow.
He's a man. They're all men.
Okay.
Elmer Fudd, as per his character, is hunting wabbits. But instead of it's shh. Whatever.
Right.
So he goes into Porky's. Of course, you have to look at his his sandwich sign that announces the specials. There's Haas and Pfeffer, banana cream pie, Thuffer and Thuckatash. Don't settle for roast duck, lol. But there's this guy, Bugs, and he's eating a bowl of carrots at the bar, and Fudd walks in and he's wearing like his
hunting outfit.
They add like the trench coat, and it's rain slicked and it's pouring down, and he walks in and he says, I didn't expect to see you here. And he says, I think I took a wrong turn in Albuquerque. And he goes, you seem to take a lot of wrong turns at Albuquerque. And I'm like, okay, I see what we're in for here. So Fudd is there to kill Bugs, of course. Bugs
Right.
is a murderer, a hired killer who murdered a woman that means something to Fudd. And Fudd is there to kill him. And it's very much like a noir setting where like they both know why they're there. And they both are like accepting their fate. You know, he's like, I'm here to kill you with my shotgun. And Bugs is like, and I am here to accept the blast. Like, I know what I've done, and I know there's no escaping you. So let me at least finish my bowl of carrots.
So it's very different than a Bugs who was just like...
Who would always, like, who would like give him the slip, or dress like a woman and trick him into making out with him or something. No, it's unfortunately it doesn't go that far. There's only so much pages. There's only
we
one
gotta
issue.
get past this Bugs thing.
Exactly.
We gotta get Batman in here.
Right.
Yeah.
So, you know, Bugs asks if he brought his shotgun, and he says, I wouldn't come to dance without my partner. I'm like, okay.
Bugs killed a woman that
Yes.
meant a lot to Elmer Fudd.
Yeah. You might say it's Elmer Fudd's lover.
Was Bugs
Which I don't want to imagine.
the lover? And then when he turns back into Bugs, you've killed her!
Oh my God. And he's like, okay, I have to tell you something. Ain't I a stinker? No, that's not the turn. No, it's actually kind of like a weird turn that I'm like, all right, who's there? There's this black man playing cards against a bemustachioed man. The black man's like, I say, boy, don't rush me.
Okay, Foghorn Leghorn.
And better don't vet varmint, but do it soon or I'll blast your head off.
And there we go.
There's also like a Mohawk punker that's just, that is incapable of speech, who's just screaming his head off. His shirt says Taz.
Yeah.
Nice.
And there's just this crazy person. He looks like the Unabomber, and he's sitting there, he's had like 7 pints, and he goes, someday I'll blow the whole world up with my Illudium Q36 space modulator.
Thank you, Martian.
Okay.
Or Marvin, I should say.
Yeah, Marvin Martian, yeah. So yeah, he's like, I'm gonna kill you. And Bugs is like, okay, I understand that I'm about to die, but what if I told you who hired me? Would that be worth my life? And Fudd's like, can't hurt your chances.
Let's find out.
Yeah. So he says, Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne hired Bugs to murder
No, he didn't.
this woman. No, of course not.
But like,
But
it's
Fudd
an
doesn't know that.
interesting.
Fudd doesn't know
it's
that.
an interesting catch.
So Fudd is just like, Bruce Wayne. And then we cut to this beautiful silver-haired woman, and she says Bruce Wayne. And he's like, Bruce Wayne. Oh, the speech impediment gone. Not forever. It's not like Cable Guy where he gets punched and he doesn't have to talk like that anymore. But he says, congratulations, and hits him in the head with a carrot and leaves. And then Bugs says, ain't I a stinker? And we cut back to Fudd in happier times as he's on his way to get revenge against Bruce Wayne. I've got a new target now, because Fudd is I don't want to say he's like a contract killer, but he does kill for contracts. But I think it's more like he kills.
So he's a contract killer.
He's like a mercenary. It's not like he's a straight up murderer who kills people.
So he's not the
He doesn't do
Punisher.
it
He's
for
not the-
fun.
he doesn't do it for fun, he does it for money.
Oh, this is his job.
This is his job, yeah.
So it's just business.
So
And does he have like the rule no women, no kids?
I'm sure he does, but like it doesn't come up.
But
But
you're supposed to sympathize with him.
we
a
are,
little bit,
yeah. It's not that he's just a straight up murderer. It's that he is like no one. No
But
one
he is a
sees-
straight-up murderer, though.
He is. No one sees the wrong end of his shotgun that didn't see it coming.
That didn't deserve it.
exactly.
Or do something to deserve
That's
it. Yeah.
right. That's right. So we find out that Fudd has been fucking Silver St. Cloud, a like, I want to say classic, but she actually has only been invented since the 70s, but like a classic Batman love interest.
Oh.
And I'm like, what? And of course, the idea is that don't worry, Silver and Bruce Wayne had been together, and then she broke up with him. In fact, she's one of those like few love interests that's pretty interesting because they didn't put her in a costume.
Right. She
You
just
know?
gets to be a person.
And she's not a dupe. Like, she immediately, when she starts dating Bruce Wayne, she's like, something's up with you. And eventually figures out that he's Batman. And she's like, okay, you're nuts.
And I'm out.
Well, and you're going to die one day, so I'm out. And then eventually they get back together. And Steve Englehart, who created her, really tried to like keep like telling that story. Like, this is a story about love and about like acceptance and what you can't live with. And it's Silver and Bruce. And we've seen other writers tackle that. In fact, Kevin Smith, in the last Batman book he ever wrote, which isn't really technically true because he wrote like a backup and Detective 1000, but the point being, Kevin Smith had the last word on Silver St. Cloud, and maybe one day we'll get there. I don't want to spoil it too much, but like
Okay.
Silver eventually just can't handle Bruce's Batman lifestyle and then leaves,
Fair.
and presumably goes to bang Elmer
Immediately,
freaking
yeah.
Fudd.
Yeah.
And I think the idea is, and I think she explains it later, although she is the victim, she's dead. She was killed by bugs, supposedly
Wow.
hired by Bruce Wayne.
Okay.
Right.
So it's like, and I haven't seen Silver
We're killing
actually.
not major
Yeah.
characters. We're killing
established
established characters in
characters.
this Looney Tunes book.
Yes. And it's
Okay.
Rebirth, so it's like, okay, oh yeah, no, Silver was always there now. Fudd impersonates a driver and brings a few sloshed socialites to the Wayne party that's happening at the manor, so that he has an excuse to then go to the door and trick Alfred into letting him in because one of his riders left something in the car and he needs to give it to them.
Sure.
So he goes in there and he walks through this like great hall, seeing all these like 1%ers just dancing and drinking the night away. He is dressed like Elmer Fudd wearing a driver's cap. I don't recall if Elmer Fudd ever was a limousine driver at any point in any of his histories. I know they like to, with Looney Tunes, it's like, oh, Yosemite Sam is a cowboy or a Civil War general or something.
Yeah, a bunch of different things.
Exactly. But
But
so
it works.
He goes in.
It creates a fantastic image.
It's true. Well, Fudd must wear a hat. And don't worry, he does have this hunting hat that looks like a chef's cap.
Yeah.
But he cites Bruce Wayne. He calls out Bruce Wayne, and Bruce Wayne says, "Excuse me, like Elmer Fudd is in my house," and he says, "This is for my widow Cloud," and then pulls out his shotgun and blows Bruce Wayne away. Now, of course, Bruce Wayne is prepared for everything because he's
Right.
Batman, so he takes the buckshot and just like plays it up. Of course,
Right.
everyone screams, pandemonium hits, Fudd leaves, and Bruce Wayne becomes Batman and goes on the case, chases after Fudd,
Right.
eventually
Who thinks
tracks
he's
him down.
dead.
Who thinks he's dead, absolutely. And has no reason to suspect that Batman would look for him.
Right.
Fudd goes back to his apartment, and we see this kind of flashback to him like being with Silver and then discovering Silver's blood and the carnage of her former self.
Right.
We don't see her body, but like she's dead. And there's
Was
like,
she eaten or
Former
something?
self is an interesting way to
to
describe,
describe
a
a
corpse.
dead person, I apologize. But there is like a carrot husk in there too, which is what like the calling
how
card
we
is of
know it.
bugs.
Yeah.
Right, but
Why
like,
would
there's
Bugs
no
leave a
body.
calling card?
Why indeed?
There's no body.
No.
I think they just don't show it.
They don't. I don't think that there is a body.
Ah.
And that's like,
Oh.
what? But also, like, well, why did you jump to that conclusion? Maybe because he's simple. Because he's Elmer fucking Fudd. But,
Right.
So Fudd, he hears something outside of his door. He takes his patented shotgun. He goes in there. He opens the door to the hallway of his apartment complex. He sees nothing there. He turns around, and Batman's already behind him waiting for him. And this is like the iconic Lee Weeks. This is the tone of the book we're going for.
Right.
But Fudd is good. He's a hunter, don't forget.
Right.
So he rests his shotgun over his shoulder nonchalantly.
Right.
But then fires it at Batman. Batman, of course, expertly dodges.
That's really good storytelling.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all no words, just Lee Weeks giving this the story. Fudd uses his shotgun as a cudgel because it's like close quarters, trying to beat on Batman. The last panel of this fight sequence is Fudd getting the upper hand and shooting Batman, and it is a recreation of one of the iconic covers from David Mazzucchelli from Year One of Gordon shooting Batman. And I'm like, God damn it. What are you
Why
doing?
not?
I mean,
I'm selling you on this book is what I'm doing.
and it's like page for page, he is.
Yeah.
But Batman, of course, is a better fighter, so they battle.
And he's got body armor and stuff, so the shotgun blast.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. We've already established Batman can take a shotgun blast.
Yeah.
They find themselves evenly matched. Fudd is like,
No.
I
No.
know.
Fudd's a hunter.
He's a hunter.
Yeah.
He's the best there is at what he does. And what he does is hunt rabbits. So he explains to Batman, like, you don't understand, like, Bruce Wayne deserved to die. And Batman goes, "No one deserves to die." And I'm like, whoa! Tom King just wrote a line for Batman that I really like.
There's one.
Ding! So, Fudd
All right. I'll give you one.
So Fudd realizes, like, I'm not going to beat Batman.
Right.
Or maybe it's like JLA Avengers where both Batman and Captain America are like, okay, it is conceivable that, like, we are too evenly matched. We should stop and team up. But that's what happens here. And but Fudd starts to collapse, and he's just sad because he's like, you don't understand, my poor Silver St. Cloud. And Batman goes, Silver St. Cloud? What do you know about Silver St. Cloud? And I'm like, you're not fucking her, are you? And I guess the idea is that Batman knows that something happened to her too.
Right.
And even if
He's been
like
trying to figure it out.
because it's like I think that Bruce and Silver haven't been together because of course like in the entirety of Tom King's run, it's Bat and Cat. So
Yeah.
there is no room for Silver. He even does a whole story arc with Talia to answer that question, but doesn't bring up Silver. This I think is the only appearance of Silver St. Cloud in Tom King's almost 100-issue Batman run.
Yeah, this is like the one that hurt.
Yeah, where it's like she gave up being with me because of Batman, so off she goes, maybe for a better life, and then
Right.
she ended up getting killed anyway.
Right.
You know?
But not only that, like,
That hurts.
she left me. Usually I have to say, like, no, being Batman is too important.
You
this
must
isn't
go.
gonna work.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, fine. And she was like, you're nuts.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. Batman grapples Fudd to the ground, and Fudd spills his guts. He's just like, let me explain to you the plot. Like, Bruce Wayne hired a man I know, Bugs, to kill Silver St. Cloud. And Batman's like, no, he didn't. Like, he doesn't say no, he didn't. He just goes, huh. Like, okay. Because I didn't know who killed her or that I was implicated in that.
Right.
I didn't know she was dead. Wow, I really got to catch up on my contacts more.
I think that Batman's like reaction to Fudd even mentioning Silver St. Cloud meant like Batman's kept tabs on her and knows she has gone missing / is dead.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
He definitely knows
you're
something.
the weird dude with the speech impediment she's fucking. Okay.
Oh, you?
Oh. Wow. So they go back to Porky's themselves. And here's a great classic line from Elmer Fudd. This is a hard place for hard men. They don't take kindly to your presence. My name is Elmer Fudd. He's Batman. We're hunting wabbits. Son of a bitch.
So are we to believe that Batman was like, Bruce Wayne, Bugs lied to you, Bruce Wayne did not hire.
Yes.
So now he's like, oh.
Let's shake him down.
Yeah, okay.
And Batman and Elmer Fudd team up, and this is where I'm like,
Dude, you don't wait at the bar if you just told Fudd
well,
a lie.
you'll see why. Remember, this is a like homage to 60s gritty noir exploitation
Right.
crime pictures.
I like that we're following the format of the team up book.
Yes,
Where
they fight.
and then they
They team
talk,
up,
and
yep.
then they team up.
Yes, to fight a mutual foe.
Right.
Bugs is the only one who doesn't react. The whole bar like comes together to
Yeah, it erupts in action.
kick them out. And the
Right.
first man up is Yosemite Sam, who says,
Yeah.
"We got a no varmint policy in this here Porky's."
Oh, and bats are varmints.
And bats are varmints. And Batman just punches him in the face and he's down. And it is a recreation of Batman one-punching Guy Gardner. And I'm like, oh my God, what are you doing? Why are you working so hard on this?
Because I do my job.
And as I understand it, Didio came to Tom King and was like, Bruce Wayne, Batman, and Elmer Fudd.
What do you say?
How about that? And we don't really play up the whole idea that Fudd only fights with a gun and Batman is staunchly against guns. It never comes up. Like, Batman is okay with Fudd just being like, I got my gun, this is what I do. I'm also a killer.
Right.
He should have like replaced the buckshot with like rubber bullets or something.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like a riot
Beanbags,
gun.
Yeah.
So Batman and Fudd like fight DC Gotham City analogs of Looney Tunes characters, including
Yeah.
Foghorn Leghorn, Sylvester the Cat. Oh God, I forgot about there's a line in here about how like Tweety is gross. Like he makes like I taught a putty tat, but like he's referring to like women and their privates.
Right.
Okay.
I'm like, okay. So they beat the crap out of everybody. And so they take Bugs. He asks, what's up, Docs? They go, why, Bugs? Why did you do this? Why did you kill her?
Right.
And
why would you implicate Bruce Wayne?
right. And a beautiful woman walks up to the bar, takes the unfinished carrot, and picks it up and goes, that's easy. He did it because I told him to. And it's Silver St. Cloud.
Mm.
Right.
Yes.
She hired him to fake her murder.
Yes, exactly.
Also because she was stooping Bugs the whole time.
Oh, no, she just knew that Bugs would take the job. So she
Okay, well,
proceeds to
you continue to think that. I'm going to think differently.
I'm sure she'd take her opportunities when she counts. She explains, like, I left Bruce Wayne because I didn't want danger. And then I went the demure, like, quiet, button-down suburban life with Fudd, only to find out that he's a dangerous man, too.
I tried to choose the most boring, plain man I could.
Yes, and even
He's
he
still a killer.
is still dangerous.
Yeah.
And so when I found that out, like, I couldn't live with him, and so I left him. But I left him in, like, this intricate, noir-filled,
I left
femme
him in a
fatale
way where he would, like, definitely seek me out.
Yes.
Or seek out, the answers.
Yes. Well, she says that's why she hired Bugs in the first place. She says, I told him to call me and send Fuddy to Bruce Wayne. I figured the two of them had so much in common, they'd find something to do together. It's like her way of being like, I'm going to get these two dudes who were stooping me to team up to look
be
for
friends.
me. And be friends. And
Like,
Batman's
maybe you
like,
can both get over me together.
right, or help each other through your mutual problems. And Batman goes, and now? And she goes, now I leave and you stay. Walks out the door, and these three men, Bugs, Fudd, and Batman, are left at the bar enshrouded in shadow and proceed to go to the bar and order carrot juice straight up. Bugs orders it, then Fudd goes, make that 2, and then Batman goes, 3.
Hey, at
And
least
then
Fudd doesn't say 3.
it turns out that carrot juice is very popular tonight, and they're out of it. So that's all, folks.
And that's it?
And that's the
That's
end
the
of
entire book?
That's the book.
I don't understand. Why would... Was her endgame actually that they would become friends and then find her and she could explain everything to them?
I think it's because,
Because, like,
I think she
why?
was angry that Fudd wasn't on the level with her, and so she like
wanted to teach him a lesson?
teach him a lesson, and also like, fuck Batman.
Also, maybe, like, get Bruce Wayne shot. He won't die.
He won't die. I know he's Batman. He'll figure it out. He'll
Yeah.
outthink the bullets and move out of the way or something.
I figured there would be some
he
sort of
did.
like life insurance policy she was cashing in
See,
on.
no, that'd be interesting, and
Or
it's
like she married someone, she's like, oh, now they're dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, or she just legitimately wanted to get away from Fudd
Right.
and wanted him to think she was dead, but then you wouldn't send him after Bruce Wayne.
Right, no, she deliberately implicated Bruce Wayne because she knew that he would then go after Batman, and Batman would then get involved in the case and then
Right.
uncover her murder, which is why she's here in the first
Do you
place.
think she just wanted to see Batman?
It could
She
be.
just wanted to get Batman out. and,
It
like,
could be. It could be she knew about like the whole Catwoman dalliance and how it's like getting really, really serious, and she's like, I just wanted to know. And when I looked in his eyes, I realized that he was a man in love, and I just immediately moved on. Like, I don't know.
I like the idea that she left Batman
Yes.
like Bruce Wayne.
Bruce Wayne, because of Batman.
because of Batman, but knowing that he would like let that be.
Yeah.
But the idea that she might leave Fudd
Yeah.
and Fudd would not be able to handle it.
Right.
No, she had to fake her own death for that.
He would never let go. Like, Batman knows restraint, unlike Elmer Fudd.
Who's a killer?
Yeah,
a
that's
hired
true.
killer.
That's true. Yeah, Fudd is willing to go farther than Batman. Either way, that's how it all wraps up. And then we get a backup, which is just the rabbit season, duck season sketch. Only then Batman shows up, and then it's Bat season, and Batman is the heel in this story, where he is then roped into the whole drama with Fudd, blowing Batman's cowl off with his shotgun.
Yeah.
Until eventually, Batman frees Calendar Man from Arkham and says, "What day is it?" And then he runs away because he's like, "You freed me from Arkham, you idiot!" And he just leaves. And then ultimately, all the Robins come to Batman's aid, and he goes, "It's Robin season." And then Fudd chases after all the Robins.
Nice.
And then Batman suggests that he's going to introduce Bugs to the Joker because they're both funny. And I'm like, what?
He's going to introduce him to the Joker, so the Joker will kill Bugs.
Right,
and
or
he'll
Bugs
get revenge
will-
for this.
Yeah, or
this
Bugs will
trial
become
he
a
was put
lifelong
through.
pal of the Joker and, make him
Mobius strip he was stuck in, yeah.
make him a little bit more saner.
That's
Yeah,
true, yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, Joker up against Bugs Bunny, that's the unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
I would like to see that. I want to see
I should
the
like to see
sequel
that.
to this backup.
Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see a sequel to Batman Elmer Fudd from DC Comics in 2017. There are more of these. I don't want to do any of them.
It's incredibly
wanna
well
do
drawn.
anymore.
I know, no, Lee Weeks is
looks
drawing
really
the
good.
shit out of it, and I think it's because he
really good.
believes in it. Like, he is so excited.
Why?
Because he likes telling you the
Because
story.
there's a solid story
and
there.
there's a lot of not dialogue going on. Like, there's a lot
Yeah.
of Lee Weeks doing the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
Tom King does a great job of collaborating with like top tier talent.
Top man.
Top men and women.
And women.
Bill Everly. But yeah, no, this book is gorgeous looking. I love Lee Weeks on Batman, especially because he's not everybody who takes over a current Batman run, especially from 2017 onward, wants to tell like a rain slick, down in the dirt, straight up noir picture.
Yeah.
In comic book form, and so
And
I'm
include
here for it.
Warner Brothers characters.
Well, and also I guess we could have Bugs Bunny and Elmer Fudd and Foghorn Leghorn and Sylvester and Tweety and the Tasmanian Devil and Silver St. Cloud, who is so cool in this that I'm like, I think I would like more of her. And also, if you take this to be canon, which it is, by the way,
Man.
because
Definitely
later
canon.
on in War of Jokes and Riddles, Kite Man drinks at Porky's. Porky's keeps coming up.
Yeah.
Because this is Porky's bar, not Porky Pig's bar. This isn't a Looney Tunes character. No, don't make that mistake.
Why couldn't they have made Pepe Le Pew come in and like she left with Pepe?
I think because he's Pepe Le problematic.
True.
Yeah.
You know what's actually hilarious about that? This is just a weird like kind of side tangent, but they were going to make a Pepe Le Pew movie. And they hired Max Landis to write it.
No.
Well, if you know the source
Right?
material.
Can you believe that? Batman and Elmer Fudd, the first and probably last time you'll ever see these two characters crossing over in the DC Looney Tunes crossover classics. If there's a collection, I'll put it in the comments down below. We'll see you guys next time with an all-new episode of Back Issues. I'm Sal.
I'm Ethan.
I'm Ben.
That's all, folks. So they liked it.
Of course they liked it. They're a bunch of fucking nerds.
No argument here.